Hey, my friends. Oh, I have a rainbow on my face. How cute. Um, I just wanted to come on today to share just a little bit and also just encourage you guys and give you a little reminder. And I feel like lately the Lord's really been dealing with me, just like emotional baggage and letting go and forgiveness. And these are all things like we know we should do, but I do feel like we need little reminders. And the Lord's been really highlighting that area for me like hardcore yesterday. God is so funny, the way that he operates. But I was making coffee yesterday morning and I was just kind of praying in my mind, like, Lord, why is this area of my life stagnant? Like, why is there no movement in this specific area in my life? It's just like, my life is good, like everything's good right now, but there's just this area where there's really not a lot of movement, not a lot of growth. Like I'm not regressing, but I just kind of feel stuck in the mud. And so I asked the Lord, why is that? What do I need to do? And I'm making my coffee, and like a second later, it just occurs to me, or I have this thought, like, you need to forgive your mother. And I was just like, yeah, I have. That's not the problem. And so I just go about my day and I'm drinking my coffee and I turn on the radio and it's this woman and she's talking about, how she had to forgive her mother. And so I listened to it for a couple of minutes and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's interesting. And then I shut it off. And then I go to my devotional and I open it up and it's another story of this woman, and she's talking about how she had an abusive, mentally ill mother and how she, like, her process of forgiving her mother. And so I was like, okay, this all happened within the span of, less than an hour. And I was just really starting to be like, okay, maybe I haven't forgiven my mother. Maybe this is something that I really need to look at. And the more that I sat with it, the more that I just I would cry. I was feeling frustrated. I'm just like huffing, walking around the house, driving in the car, and I'm just huffing. And I realized it's so easy to sweep those negative emotions away with busyness and life. But when I really take the time and sit and look at it, I was like, oh, that is not resolved. And so I spent almost all afternoon and evening yesterday just clearing the backlog. And it's not just my mother, it's other people in my life. I'm like, oh, that's still there. When I think of this person, I'm like, oh. And so, just taking that time to really release people from the burden of having to apologize to us. I don't need anyone to tell me that they're sorry. I don't need them to realize that they've hurt me. I have released them from that. And, I think that this is something that we have to do a lot in our lives. It's just life keeps going and we keep building up specific traumas and stuff. And so I do think that this is something that is just got to be a regular practice of letting go and letting God. And, I think when someone says that to me, I just I kind of ruffle a little bit, because it's easier said than done. It's easier to just be let go, let God, but the truth is that it takes this intentional, looking at what someone's done to you and really just being that happened. It wasn't okay. They're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I am letting that go. And every emotion that comes up with it, whether it's sadness, anger, frustration, abandonment, whatever it is, just letting it go. And, since processing those emotions and working on that yesterday, I woke up and I just feel so much lighter. I had no idea. I was just carrying around this minor aggression, and I don't want that. I just want a clear slate. So this is just your friendly reminder to take a look at your life, to take a look at your emotional landscape, and give it to the Lord and ask him to heal in you whatever you're holding on to, whatever pain, sorrow, sadness, neglect, any of it. Just give it to God and let him heal you and work it all out and start your day with a clean slate. I love you guys, and I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. See you soon. Bye.